What kind of a noise is that? You little puppy, you little puppy. Hi everybody, it's Katie. You can find me on Instagram as Miss Lavelli. You can find me on Ravelry as Miss Lavelia. Rolly's not giving me any peace, so he may very well be joining us for the rest of this video. This will be relatively short. So if you can hear snorting and snuffling, general pig noises, that's him. So I promised you guys that I would give you an update about my points scheme for my making of 2016. Of how it will work. I basically said that my goals are to make a pair of socks and a larger garment each month. And I wanted a way to encourage myself to do this. So there's a reason why I'm wearing this scarf. And that's because I have named this for no other reason than I like saying it. I have named this point scheme 50 points for Gryffindor! There is no link to Harry Potter in this challenge other than the fact that I love Harry Potter and I enjoy saying 50 points for Gryffindor. It makes me happy. And why not do things that make you happy? Would you be a Gryffindor? Would you? I don't know if you would be. But let me do a little breakdown of how I'm going to work out these points and what these points will represent. Let me say straight away, this is what will work for me. I've developed these points around things that I know that I will make. These points are all based on adult size garments. I don't tend to make a lot of children's garments. So if you want to kind of do this along with me, feel free to add in different points for what you think different children's garments would deserve. But for now, all of my points are based on adult size garments. So let's start with knitting. First up, socks. Socks are 2 points. Shawls, I am awarding myself 4 points. Sweaters, I am giving myself 5 points. Anything else that I make, I'm going to pretty much determine how much it would be as I go along. So for example, I'm thinking of starting a Cozy Memories blanket. So I think what I will say is that per square that I knit into a Cozy Memories blanket will be worth half a point. Yes, Rolly. Do you want a point? You don't knit, so you don't get any points. Smaller projects, I would allocate 1 point each. So that would be quick projects like small little toys, or I have thought about making some of the Arnie and Carlos Christmas baubles. So those would be 1 point each. So let's go on to sewing. Some of the points are a little bit different. Again, I'm going to say smaller projects, 1 point each. So small projects, maybe a bag or something like that. Shirts and skirts, so separate, I will award 3 points each. Dresses and trousers, they involve more time, they involve more fitting, so those would be 4 points. I've wanted to make a coat for a very, very long time. I have all of the supplies that I need in order to make said coat, but I don't really have the impetus to start. So if I complete a coat, I get 10 points. I know that that's a lot, but coats require a lot of stuff. They are not simple projects, or at least the coats that I like are not simple projects. So if I do complete a coat, I get a whopping 10 points. So those are the basic points, but I also decided to award bonus points, and these are to encourage me to think differently about using my stash and also how I plan my makes. The bonus points will be allocated for anything that I make that's using pre-2016 stash. Everything that I got pre-2016 gets a bonus point per project, because I want to encourage myself to look at the yarn that I've got rather than just buying new yarn. Also, if I use a new technique, that would be an additional point. The last bonus point would be for if I decide to make something that's part of a coordinated outfit. So for example, if I make a dress and then I make a coordinating shawl to go with it, that gets an extra point because I'm thinking about things in terms of the whole rather than just doing individual items. So that is the final bonus point. So what are these points for, you might ask? You may well ask, and well you should. I have decided that The yarn and the fabric that I can buy will now be determined by how many points I have racked up in terms of my making. Shock horror! What it pretty much means is that per 10 points, I can get 1 skein of yarn. When I say a skein of yarn, I'm talking about 100 gram skein or an equivalent. So for example, if I were to get minis, they would be up to the value of 100 grams. That would also mean 1 yard of fabric per 10 points. I have decided that the special number will be 50 points. Obviously, because 50 points for Gryffindor. If I get to 50 points, not only do I get to buy, say, 5 skeins of yarn, I get to go somewhere special in order to do it. So it's a little extra bonus for me to do that. I'm doing this to curb my purchasing a little bit. I do get a little bit of a pig when it comes to yarn and fabric. I still want to buy things. I'm not going to stop myself from buying nice new things because I just know that that won't work for me. But I want to make sure that what's coming in is the equivalent of what is going out. If I use my stash, I get more points, which means I get to buy more things. So yeah, basically that is it. That is 50 points for Gryffindor, my 2016 point scheme for my making. I will be updating you regularly on my videos to how many points I've got and what points I am spending where. This may be of no interest to you, but if you want to do it along with me, I think that would be great fun. I love the idea of giving myself points for things completed because I am naturally quite a competitive person. And I love that it's Harry Potter themed. But for now, happy sewing, happy knitting, and I will see you all soon. Bye! 50 points for Gryffindor! He doesn't know what I'm doing. He's so confused.